Children, before we start with today's lesson, let us first recap of what we learned in our previous worksheet. We had learned how to do a postcard, the format of writing a postcard, and the format of writing a composition based on verbal inputs and the pattern of writing a letter. I hope you are all clear with the format. So now getting back to today's lesson. Today we are going to start with a poem If I Were Lord of Tartary, written by Walter de la Mare. So in this poem we are going to learn about new vocabulary words that are underlined in green and also about the new imaginary land named Tartary by our poet. Starting with the poem. If I were Lord of Tartary, myself and me alone, my bed should be of ivory, of beaten gold my throne, and in my courts should peacocks flaunt, and in my forest tigers haunt, and in my pools great fishes slant, their fins athwart the sun. So, in the first stanza, we can see the poet speaking about he himself has to be there in this land of Tartary. He wanted to be alone and he wanted a bed made of ivory, that is, made of elephant tusk, and a throne made of gold. And in his courts, he wanted peacocks to flaunt. So the word flaunt means to show off. So naturally, a peacock always shows off her beautiful feathers. And in my forest, tigers haunt. So in his forest, he wanted tigers to live there. And in my pools, great fishes slant. The slant means tilt, tilt sidewards. Slant, their fins athwart the sun. So in his pools, he wanted the fishes to slant against the sun. So coming to the next stanza, if I were Lord of Tartary, trumpeters every day, to every meal should summon me, and in my courtyard bray, and in the evening lamps would shine, yellow as honey, red as wine, while harp and flute and mandolin made music sweet and gay. So, just like in our school, we have the bell ringing for our lunch period and for every break. So, here he wanted something like that. He wanted trumpeters to blow every day so that he could come for his meal. He wanted the trumpeters to summon him, that is, to call him for his meal. He wanted flutes, harp, and mandolin playing sweet music and happy. So, coming to the next stanza, if I were Lord of Tartary, I'd wear a robe of beads, white and gold and green they'd be, and small and thick as seeds, and ere should wane the morning star. I'd don my robe and scimitar, and zebra 7 should draw my car through Tartary's dark glades, Lord of fruits of Tartary, her river's silver pale. So over here we can see the green word robe that is underlined. A robe is nothing but a long, loose outer garment. It is something like a coat. So he wants to wear a long coat that is made of beads, and ere should wane the morning star. So wane over here underlined in green means to fade. So he wanted the morning star to fade. I'd done my robe and scimitar. Scimitar means a sword. And zebra 7 should draw my car. So over here I have underlined the word car in green. But I know everyone understands what a car means. But imagine this poem and what is the word car means in this poem. So what is it like represents a car? So a car represents nothing but a chariot. So he wanted a chariot like to be pulled by 7 zebras. So this is referred to as a car in this poem. So through Tartary's dark glades, Lord of fruits of Tartary, her river's silver pale. So a glade is nothing but an open space in the forest. So imagine you are been to a forest, it's completely covered with trees, but there are some places where there is no trees and sunlight falls. So the space in between the forest is called as a glade. So coming to the next stanza. Lord of hills of Tartary, glen, thicket, wood, and dale, her flashing stars, her scented breeze, her trembling lakes like foamless seas, her bird delighting citron trees in every purple vale. Written by a poet Walter de la Mare. So in this stanza, he speaks about glen, thicket, wood, and dale. Glen is nothing but a narrow valley. So a valley is a part between two mountains. So a narrow valley means a glen, and thicket means a bushy area. So a area covered with thick bush is called a thicket, and dale. So dale over here means the valley. Her trembling lakes like foamless seas. So he is speaking about the foamless seas. Foam is the kind of white soapy froth that we can see in the seas. So when you stand when the waves hit you, you can see the white foam in the seas. So he wanted her trembling lakes like foamless seas, and the birds delighting citron trees. Citron means a lemon. So lemon trees in every purple vale. So this is all for the poem today, children. Answer the worksheets given below.